What's up, everyone? Welcome to ICG. I'm Fabricio, and today we're gonna learn some English with Overwatch. So, what we're gonna do today, we're gonna watch a video from Overwatch story, and we're gonna take a look at, at how English is used in the video, and then we're gonna play Overwatch a little bit. Let's just jump right into the video. First of all, we're gonna watch it. So I'm gonna leave the subtitles on first. Well, because sometimes you can struggle with listening. So having the subtitles in English, if you're not like very good at listening, that's a way to improve it. If you're like, I can understand pretty much everything in English, so you can try to ignore the subtitles, all right? So okay, let's jump right into it. And this is the video we're gonna watch today. The story so far, Overwatch. Okay, so this is a video from the official channel of Overwatch, Play Overwatch on YouTube. This, if you like a game, it's always nice to have contact with like the different types of content the game produces and the developers actually produce it. And what we're gonna take a look here today is the story of Overwatch. Okay, so first of all, there's this word here, story, which is different from history. Many languages may have them like combined, the same word for both of them. In English, they have like a difference. A story is something you invented, or you're telling something like, usually when it's invented. And a history is like when you're describing events that really happened like in history, or the history of a company, the history of a place, and so on. So that's going to be the main difference between those two words here. Okay, so we're going to watch the video. I won't say anything. It's a short video, just 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. So I'm going to, by the way, before that, subtitles, you can find them over here on YouTube. You just click it and it's gonna go like English. Click the cogwheel for settings, so you can set the playback speed, the languages, and you're gonna notice that some videos will have this one, English auto-generated, which means that it's generated by artificial intelligence. And well, it's actually pretty accurate, but if there's a version of this without, this parentheses and auto-generated, that's going to be better, because this means that people made the subtitles, not, generated automatically. So that's going to be probably going to be better with less mistakes. Okay, even though the one which is generated automatically is going to be pretty good. Okay, usually pretty good. It depends a lot on the microphone or the sound quality. So if everything's just in a nice quality, it's going to be pretty decent, I would say. All right, so now let's watch the video, and right after that I'm going to comment a lot of stuff about English that's going to be here in the video. So let's just hit it.
"30 years ago, the Omnics declared war. Overwatch was created to rescue humanity from the Omnic crisis. We became the greatest champions of peace and progress mankind has ever seen."
Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down. Half of them are just mercenaries now.
The people decided they were better off without us. They even called us criminals. They tore our family apart.
Papa told me, after so many years of service, you gave Overwatch everything, and then they pushed you out.
Real life is not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you, brother. Human machine. Before
Before me, I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together.
The second Omnic crisis continues. The conflict between Omnics and humans has now claimed over 15,000 lives.
But look around! Someone has to do something! We have to do something!
Always remember, never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Winston? It's been too long!
What is this? This is broadcasting on the Overwatch emergency frequency.
I got a call. They're getting the band back together. They want me. But really, they need you.
I have been called. I must answer. Always.
The enemy is out there and getting stronger.
The world is changing once again, and it's time to pick a side.
We can make a difference again. The world needs us now, more than ever. Are you with me?
Yes, Winston. I am with you.
All right, so this is a nice content for everyone who wants to learn English to have, because not only it's from your, what might be your favorite game, but it also makes you practice your English by at least your listening and vocabulary by a bunch. So now we're gonna take a look at some features we saw here, some aspects of the language, and then we're gonna discuss it. Maybe I'll do some annotations. So there's gonna be this whiteboard here. I might write something on it, and if that's the case, I'm gonna leave it available on Discord, so you can find the PDF for download on Discord. You can just hop in there and just get it for free. Okay, everything here is for free, so that's gonna be it. So let's take a look at, now we're gonna take a look at the video game, but now I'm gonna be pausing the video a lot because I'm gonna comment it. Okay. Okay, so let's go.
"30 years ago, the Omnics declared war. Overwatch was created to rescue humanity from the Omnic crisis. We became the greatest champions of peace and progress mankind has ever seen."
Okay, so first pause here. We became the greatest champions of peace and progress mankind, I think. Mankind has ever seen. Okay, so here we have this has ever seen. This is something called the present perfect. Okay, so the present perfect is a verb tense in English, which may not sound really logical to many languages, because some of them, even though they might have this one, they don't use the same way. That's the case of my first language, which is Portuguese. So this means something that started in the past and it connects to the present somehow. Okay, sometimes it's because it's still happening. Sometimes it's because the results of that event in the past is relevant now. Okay, that's why it's called the present perfect. All right, so there is a structure for this verb tense, which is you're gonna have the word have or has. It depends on the subject. Okay, in this case it's has, and then we're gonna have the past participle form of the verb. Okay, what is that? Is the, let's say it's the last form of the verb. Okay, seen is the last form of the verb to see. To see. So mankind has ever seen, and we have this word here meaning like from all the times, like ever, like since the beginning of mankind has ever seen this. This is the greatest they have ever seen this. Okay. Here we have the greatest, meaning when you have est at the end of a word, it means that it's like the best at something. The best at something, meaning at that quality. The quality here is great. It's an adjective, right? So you're great, we're great, but just the top one is the greatest, the best at something. Okay, so we became the greatest champions of peace and progress. Mankind or humankind or humans has ever seen. Okay, in this case it has, because mankind is like a singular word, and that's why it's inflected as has and not have. Okay, you can replace it for it has ever seen. Okay, let's keep going.
Kind has ever seen.
Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down.
Okay, expression. Everybody knows Overwatch got shut down. Okay, they canceled Overwatch. So Overwatch does not exist anymore. Okay, so this is a phrasal verb. Okay, phrasal verbs is something really intimidating at first when you're learning English, because you can never read like a single word. Like, let me try to explain again. We can never read the phrasal verb like individually, all the words individually. You have to like see them as one thing only. So shut down, you're gonna read it like one thing. Okay, if you go to a dictionary and type shut and then type down, you won't understand this. It has to be shut down, all together. Okay, phrasal verbs are really intimidating because they usually mean something really, really different from every single word separately. So that's a tough one. So you kind of have to get used to it, because there are a lot of phrasal verbs, and that's why they have the name phrasal verbs. For example, in Portuguese, we kind of have them, but they're not frequent, so they don't even have a name for that. So, okay, so keep that in mind. It's sort of an expression, almost like an expression, okay, because the meaning is different from the literal meaning of each word.
Shut down. Half of them are just mercenaries now.
The people decided they were better off without us.
Okay, another one, another expression. The people decided they were better off without us. Okay, so people are doing better if we are not there. Okay, they're better off without us. This is a really common expression to refer to this meaning.
They even called us criminals. They tore our family apart.
Okay, tore is the past of the verb tear, which is just to rip something apart, to split them, to separate them, to get one part of the family to a side, to one side, and the other to another one. Okay.
Part.
Papa told me, after so many years of service, you gave Overwatch everything, and then they pushed you out.
Another one, pushed you out, meaning they neglected you. They made you like they got you away from the organization Overwatch. Okay, so when you're pushing someone out, you're keeping a distance from them. Okay, you're actually making them distant from you. That's the meaning.
Real life is not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Okay, a fool. You're a fool. You're like an idiot. You're like naive. You shouldn't be believing in that.
Believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you, brother.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't know they were brothers. So that's something interesting when you're watching content like this. Like Genji and Hanzo are brothers. I had no idea of that. Maybe you told me, Geeks, but I couldn't recall that.
Human, machine. Before me, I see the future.
Okay, so this one is good. Before me, I see the future. So here, before is not the opposite of after. Okay, which is what we are used to. You know, we see that a lot. After and before. Okay, but in this case, before is like in front of me. So in front of me, I see the future. Like all these people are in front of me, before me. I see the future in you. You are the future. That's what he's meaning. What he's saying here.
The future. Humans and Omnics standing together.
Standing together, like working together, living together in peace. That's the meaning of this one. Humans and Omnics, meaning the Omnics are the machines. Okay, it's part of the story of Overwatch. It's like not only the machines, but the machines with artificial intelligence.
The second Omnic crisis continues. The conflict between Omnics and humans has now claimed over 15,000 lives.
But look around! Someone has to do something!
Another way of saying this, someone has to do something, like, oh, come on, someone has to do something about this, is someone must do something. It's really a really close meaning here, okay? I think there might be this one really soon in this video.
Something! We have to do something!
Always remember, never accept the world as it appears to be. Dare to see it for what it could be.
Winston? It's been too long!
Okay, this one is good. They killed Dalai Omnic Lama. Yeah. Yeah, the end is Dalai Omnic Lama for sure. This one, Winston, it's been too long. And we can see here that here there's a contraction. It, apostrophe, and S, right? Sometimes you know that it can be some different words. And in this case, it's gonna be has. It has been too long. Like, it has been too long since the last time I saw you. So again, this is the present perfect. And this refers to a period from the last time. I think it's May. Who is talking? I think it's May. Well, whatever. The last time the person saw him up until now. So it has been too long. So that's the logic of present perfect. Okay? That's why it's called the present perfect, even though we may think, oh, but it's in the past. Okay, but the connection is to the present, and that's why it's called the present perfect. And that's what's going to be different related to the past perfect. Okay, past perfect are the relation between two events in the past and nothing related to the present. Okay.
Too long!
What is this? This is broadcasting on the Overwatch emergency frequency.
I got a call. They're getting the band back together.
Okay, I gotta go. Okay, this is broadcasting. Okay, broadcasting is just what I'm doing right now. I'm broadcasting to you guys. Okay, on the Overwatch emergency frequency. Okay, so yeah, their channel, how they communicate to each other.
On the Overwatch emergency frequency.
I got a call. They're getting the band back together. They want me, but really, they need you.
Just to talk about another contraction here, they're getting the band back together. Okay, they are, and you can. Let's listen to this again. Look how he says this word here.
They're getting the band back together. Back together. They're getting the band back. They're getting the band back together.
So they get in the band, they're back together. It's really quick. And that's sometimes that you can by context deduct this and you can get it. But contractions are somewhat hard to spot sometimes. The band back together, okay, meaning the group back together. They're reuniting the group.
They want me, but really, they need you.
I have been called. I must answer.
Okay, this is another. This is a great content for talking about the present perfect. Where is it? I have been called. Okay, another way of using the present perfect is when you wanna refer to something that happened in the past, but the exact date or time it happened doesn't matter. I have been called. You don't say when this happened, okay? And this is a feature really, and also a rule really specific to the present perfect in terms of when should I use the past simple and the present perfect. So I have been called, okay? You don't know when exactly, but it is sometime in the past. That's the logic, okay? You cannot use the present perfect if you say like a time word that has finished. So he could never say something like, I have been called yesterday. Okay, it doesn't make sense to the verb tense because yesterday, it's finished. It's not, it's over. We are on today, right? So I have been called means this, like somewhere in the past, but it's not important when. What's important is the result of the action. That's, again, when we talked about this before, when we were talking about the present perfect, the results of the action of something that started in the past. Okay, I have been called, whatever, when this happened, but what is important here is this experience, the result of this experience or this event.
I must answer.
So yes, I must answer. So it could be I have to answer. The meaning is really close to each other, okay? But the difference here is must is a modal verb. So whenever you use a modal verb, such as must, could, should, will, and there are actually 9 modal verbs, but whenever you use them, you can never use to right after it, okay? There are some semi-modal verbs, but that's another story. They might have to, but modal verbs, like let's say true modal verbs, you don't use them. Must answer, okay? Go direct to answer. If you want to like ask a question using a modal verb, you just invert the modal verb with the subject. So must I answer? Okay, there's no, that's the inversion, it happens.
Always.
The enemy is out there and getting stronger.
The world is changing once again, and it's time to pick a side.
All right. The world is changing once again. Once mean one time. One time again. Once again. Okay? One more time.
Changing once again, and it's time to pick.
And it's time to pick a side. So to pick means to choose. You choose a side. This side or that side. You choose one.
Pick a side.
We can make a difference again. The world needs us now, more than ever. Are you with me?
Where is it? The world needs us now. Okay? Just I haven't talked about this yet, but you can see that needs has this S here. Okay? And we know that we do that when we're talking, first of all, in the present simple tense. And the subject is either he, she, or it. Okay? He and she, we only use for humans. Or maybe like an animal you like a pet you have the company of. and you like it's part of our family, so you can use he or she. But it is always used for things that are not human, and it's just one thing. So the world is not a human because it's a planet, and it's just one thing. If it was the world in the plural form, then need is gonna be without the s. The world's need, but the world, just one, needs. That's how the inflection goes.
Now, more than ever. Are you with me?
More than ever, more than any time in the past. Like, you could take a look back in time, and there was no time that we need this more than now. Okay?
Are you with me?
Yes, Weezin. I am with you.
And that's it. Like a 2-minute video, we can learn a lot of English from that. And a tip for you guys here is, well, not only play the games and of course set the language of the game for English and try to have the most of the stuff you use in English, but when you're like finding content of the stuff you like, try to find them in English too. Okay, of course you don't have to do only that, only in English, but you have to have some English in your everyday life so you can each day more learn something else, learn something new. That's gonna be like, it's like routine is essential for learning something new. Okay, well, I didn't use this, so whatever, but I may use that in the future lessons here on Twitch. Okay. All right, so now it's time to play.